Hi, and welcome to the Early Retirement Roadmap Podcast, the show where I help you prepare for and design a life you love after work. I'm Mike Upland, an early retiree at age 55. Picture this. You're sitting at your desk, dreaming about the day you can finally say goodbye to the 9-to-5 grind. But here's the million-dollar question. Are you truly ready to retire early? Today, I'm going to walk through the essential checklist that help me make that leap, and more importantly, how you can use it to evaluate your own readiness for early retirement. This episode is crucial because retiring early isn't just about having enough money in the bank, although that's certainly important. We're going to explore both the financial and non-financial indicators that will tell you if you're generally ready to make this life-changing move. Before we dig in, let me be clear that what I'm sharing today is based on my personal experience and research. While I'm excited to share these insights with you, this is for educational purposes only. Every situation is unique, so be sure to consult with qualified financial, tax, and legal professionals before making any investment or retirement decisions. Now let's start with what might be on everyone's mind, the money. The first and most fundamental indicator is your savings rate. It is the cornerstone of your ability to retire early. Are you financially ready? A common benchmark in the FIRE Financial Independence Retire Early movement is having 25 times your annual expenses saved. This is based on the 4% rule, which assumes you can withdraw 4% of your portfolio annually the first year, and then adjust for inflation for future years, if necessary, to not run out of money. However, it's important to understand that the 4% rule and the 25 times annual expenses benchmark are really just rough guidelines to quickly evaluate your financial readiness for early retirement. While these benchmarks serve our purpose in discussing basic financial signs, your retirement planning will need to go deeper. And we'll get more into this in the next episode titled, How Much Do I Really Need to Retire? So be sure to listen to it or watch it on my YouTube channel of the same name so you can see the visuals. For example, as an early retiree, depending upon the age you plan to retire early, you might need to adopt a more conservative withdrawal rate because your retirement is much longer, such as a 3.5% or even lower rate, and saving more than 25 times, perhaps 30 to 35 times to hedge against market downturns and provide a cushion for a potentially long retirement. This is because the 25 times annual expenses and 4% rule are based upon a 30-year retirement. But again, depending upon your early retirement age and how long you expect to live, you may be retired longer than that. So you want to ensure you won't outlive your savings. The second item on our checklist is your investment returns. Your investments should consistently outpace inflation. If your portfolio is generating returns above inflation, your savings will continue to grow during retirement. This also ties into your withdrawal rate, of course. Are you withdrawing less than your investment's growth rate? If so, you're in a strong position to sustain your finances indefinitely. The third item on our checklist is being debt-free. Debt is one of the biggest obstacles to financial independence. It's essential to be debt-free prior to retiring early. Pulling from your retirement savings to cover debts can quickly erode your financial foundation and derail your plans. While you're not in debt, you're only withdrawing from your retirement assets to cover your living expenses, giving you more control and stability in managing your finances during retirement. And also, how liberating is it to be debt-free? The fourth item on our checklist is having an emergency fund or liquid cash reserves. While traditional advice for working individuals suggests 3 to 6 months and 6 to 12 months if your income is less stable in an emergency fund. To retire early, you need to have an even larger emergency fund. This money needs to be in very conservative funds, such as high-yield savings accounts, money market, or cash management accounts. Basically, You want this money in accounts that are low risk and easily liquid. Besides having easily liquid money to cover anything life throws at you, a big reason to have this money set aside is so you can cover your living expenses in a bear market, rather than pulling funds from your investments during a market downturn, which could mean selling assets at a loss and reducing the long-term growth potential of your investment portfolio. The fifth financial item on our checklist is, do you have income sources that allow for penalty-free withdrawals? This is key to be able to retire early. One such option is the Rule of 55, which lets you withdraw from your 401k penalty-free if you leave your job you have the 401k with after turning 55, but before age 59 and a half. This can be a crucial bridge to access funds without incurring penalties. Another common income source is a taxable brokerage account. Unlike retirement accounts, these funds are accessible at any age without any restrictions. Rental income can also be a valuable source of steady cash flow. Whether from long-term rentals or short-term vacation properties, it's a way to generate income without tapping into savings. Also, if you retire early, that doesn't mean as well you can't do things that earn income. If you can do something that you enjoy but also brings in income, why not? Retirement is not about just sitting around, but it's about choosing what you want to do each day and doing the things that you enjoy. Having a variety of income sources ensures you're not overly reliant on any one account or asset, adding financial security and stability to your early retirement. The sixth item on our checklist is a big one: health insurance. Health insurance is a significant hurdle for making an early retirement decision. Have you researched options to bridge the gap until Medicare kicks in at 65? For example, the ACA or Affordable Care Act marketplace is a great option, and you can easily get an estimate online and see what subsidies you may qualify for that can greatly reduce the costs of your premiums. Then there are also offerings from health sharing ministries, private health insurance, or getting part-time work with a company that offers health insurance to part-time employees. Or if your spouse is still working and has employer-sponsored health insurance, you may be eligible for coverage under their plan. Planning ahead, though, for medical expenses is essential to be able to retire early. The last item on the financial side of our checklist is that your financial needs depend upon your retirement lifestyle. If you plan to travel extensively or pursue costly hobbies, ensure your savings and income sources can support these goals. Conversely, a more frugal lifestyle may allow you to retire earlier than you thought possible. All right, now that we've gone through the financial items on our checklist, I also want to go through some non-financial ones. These are very important as well to ensure you're ready for early retirement and can thrive in it. Definitely speaking from experience here as an early retiree, as it's a big change, so you need to be prepared for the emotional and psychological side of it. First is you need to have a clear sense of purpose for your early retirement life. Do you have a vision for your post-retirement life and what that looks like? Knowing what you want to achieve and how you'll spend your time is key to staying engaged and fulfilled. You need to retire to something. What are your dreams and passions you want to pursue now that you have the time? If you don't have this figured out and don't know how you're going to fill your days and have purpose, you are going to get bored and could end up regretting your decision. Second is, are you emotionally ready? Retirement is a significant life change. Are you looking forward to it with excitement rather than anxiety? If you've reflected on your career and feel content to leave it behind, you're likely emotionally ready. For me, I was very much ready. I had worked in healthcare IT for almost 30 years and was tired of the stress and the effect it was having on my health. I was at a point I was ready to let go of that career, which helped me adjust tremendously in retirement. Third, do you have a strong support system? Having a network of family and friends who support your decision is invaluable. Have open and honest discussions with your spouse or partner to ensure you're on the same page about your future plans. Especially great is if you can connect with family or friends that have early retired themselves. You can learn from their experiences and get support from them, as well as mutually support each other once you're in early retirement. Just having someone that is or has gone through the same experience as you that you can talk to makes a huge difference. The fourth is, do you have a desire for new experiences? If you're eager to travel, learn new skills, or pursue passions you didn't have time for while working, it's a strong sign you're ready for this new chapter. The fifth is, are you of good health and well-being? Good physical and mental health will allow you to fully enjoy retirement. Take stock of your well-being and ensure you're prepared to engage in an active lifestyle. This will help you thrive in retirement. 6 is your current work satisfaction. If you've reached a point where you're tired of the 9-to-5 grind, the stress, corporate politics, endless meetings, and your work no longer brings you fulfillment and you're excited about what's next, you're more than likely ready to move on to this next chapter. So there you go. My checklist of financial and non-financial items to see if you may be ready for early retirement. Where do you stand on this checklist? Are you ready to retire early? Or do you still have work to do? And if you found this episode helpful, please leave a review and subscribe to this podcast. It means the world to me and helps more listeners like you find this show. Thanks for spending time with me today. In our next episode, we'll dive deeper into the financial planning side and discuss exactly how to calculate how much money you need to retire early. Until next time, I'm Mike Upland, reminding you to take care and make the most of today.